So the first thing you're going to want to do is create a virtual server. So we'll go in here and we'll click add. And then we're going to search for a virtual server that has SQL Server, the developer edition on it. And we'll take the latest, which is 2016. And that's one of the ones with the free licenses, so we'll choose that one. It's right on top. Next, we'll give the server a name. We'll leave it at solid state disk. Put in a username, and I'll generate a password here and bring that in. The subscription, and we'll create a new resource group because I don't have one for this server. It's good to keep them all in one resource group to make it easy to delete. And then I'll change the location to something a little closer. Once these prices have loaded, I'll choose the cheapest one here. And leave all the defaults for there for the settings. And I'll change the configuration from a private to a public so the public can access the SQL. I'll enable the authentication. It'll just use the username and password that I had set for the server, and I'll leave everything else as default. Now after a minute it'll show me a summary, and if everything is good I'll just hit create, and then it'll take some time to process here. I'll pause and come back when it's done. So now that it's done, that took about 24 minutes. I'm going to want to try to connect to that database and see what happens. So I will copy the IP address of the virtual, and paste that in there, and use the username and password that was set for the database, which just happens to be the same as the virtual login. And then I'm going to test the connection. And you'll see that by the length of time that it's taking to process that something's up. And as I suspected, it will fail because it is a developer or the free edition on an Express edition on the server. If it wasn't an Express edition, if it was a full version, it wouldn't be an issue. So now I'm just going to log into the server and make an adjustment there so that we can use the developer edition and hit it from outside. So I'm remote desktoping in, and it's just going to take a few seconds here to get everything loaded. Once everything's set there, we're going to go and open up the configuration manager, and we're going to enable the TCP/IP so that it'll listen for traffic there. And once that's happened, I'll need to restart SQL Server, the services there. Now we'll test that connection again. And as you can see, everything works now.